Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Julie and welcome back to my 52 weeks project. We'll be working on week 47. So this is the last week for the month of November. I'll be working with this sketch right here. I've gone ahead and I've pre-cut all of my pieces for this week. And when you look at the month of November, there's 5 weeks either in November or December. So I thought, you know what, I would move those in the month of December. So for November, I'm going to do 4 weeks. And we're going to start with this cute picture right here. We haven't had a little fox in our backyard for years. So of course, I had to document it. So let's talk about the layout and I'll talk to you about Mr. Fox a little later. So I did go ahead and I did my base page right here. I'm going to add my photo and I'm going to bring back those really nice border thin cuts that I've been using. So I've got this one right here that's done in Harbor glitter paper, and this one here I just use mink. And I really like that stitched edge. I think it looks really pretty. So it is from the same set, and yes, unfortunately it is retired, but those are the ones that I've used for this layout right here. So I'm going to pop that little scallop piece right underneath, and we're going to start putting this layout together. Now, this little fox, we were in the backyard actually putting up our Christmas lights, and he's not actually in my backyard, he's in the neighbor's backyard, and he just decided to come around and have a little nap, and he stayed there pretty much all afternoon. Isn't he cute? He's so adorable, and we didn't want to disrupt him, and we were able to take a few photos of him, and of course I just wanted to document that. I thought it was really sweet. Now they're not dangerous, I guess, unless you have a small cat or a small dog, but they don't go after anything like that. They're just really pretty animals, and it was really nice to see one because we haven't seen one in years. So back to the layout. I'm going to use this little tag here, and I am going to print my journaling. So I've gone ahead and I've just typed up my journaling. I created a text box that was the same size as my tag, so from top to bottom, and then I'm just going to pop that right on the top. I'm going to kind of make sure that it's in the center, so I just kind of look at the back side to see if I've got it at the right spot. I'm going to add a little bit of washi tape, run it through my printer again, and there you have it, instant journaling right on your tag. I really like doing that, especially if I've got lots to say and not a lot of room to write it on. So we're going to pop that right here at the bottom. And I was making cards this month, so I've got a few bows hanging around, and I think that that's going to look really good right here. And I'm going to pull these little leaves again and see if I can add some to my layout. Now the background is kind of busy, so you know it's not going to work up here, that's for sure, but probably down here would look good. So I like to kind of audition a few pieces, and I've got a few to work with. So these were done on white and these were done on mink, and I think that they look better against that tag. So I'm happy with that. All right, so we're gonna continue on. I need to add my title, so I'm just kind of making sure everything is in the right spot. Oh, and I forgot about this one here. Am I going to add it underneath? No, I think I'm going to add it right here at the bottom, because this way you'll get to see more of it and I can kind of snip it and extend it at the bottom. I think that's going to work. So I'm pushing everything up to make sure that I'm giving myself enough room for my title and for my little leaves that I'm putting down right here. And I think that that's going to work out really nicely. So my title is not the most clever, but it is very appropriate. So I just thought that I would put that right there on the left hand side. This is going to look good here. I am going to use 3D foam tape, the thin 3D foam tape. I know that I'm trying to reduce bulk because we are getting at the end of this book and it is getting a little bulky, but I think I'll be able to squeeze in 4 more pages and we will have a completed year very, very soon. So I'm just going to cut those down and I'm going to add them to my page just like so. But before I do that, I'm going to snip this. I'm just going to kind of measure with my finger or eyeball it. And then I know that I can just trim it down and extend it so that it goes the full width of the page. So I'm just going to cut that right here. And then I'm just going to move it over. So that's an easy fix for anything that's a little bit too short, especially with layouts that are only 6x8. So I'm going to go ahead here and I'm going to pop my photo right here at the top. I'm going to sneak it underneath that leaf. I kind of find that when all of the elements on your page are slightly touching each other, it just creates a really nice flow and a really nice design. When you've got things that are kind of floating in the air, they kind of feel misplaced. So if you kind of ground them and kind of overlap slightly your photos, your embellishments, and your journaling, it just seems to work out really, really nicely. So I'm going to add a little bit of just glue here at the back of my photo. I'm going to keep this side glue free because I'm not sure if I want to tuck that in or if it's going to go on the outside. I'm not sure at this point, so I'm going to give myself options. So I'm just going to tuck that in underneath and make it flush with the right hand side. And I'm just going to press that down. I kind of like to flip my pages over so that I'm not touching my photos too much. And we're just going to complete this page right here. So remember that little bow that was done on a previous project? It's going to fit perfectly right on top of my tag right here. And sometimes when my tails aren't going in the right direction, I just add a micro dot and I kind of fold it over so that they're both facing down. I trim them off and then I just put it right at the top of the tag and it works perfectly. So I'm going to add a couple more micro dots here. I always use 2. You probably don't need to, especially when it's a scrapbook layout that's going inside a page protector, but for whatever reason I use 2. And I know that it's not going to come off. They are very strong, small but very strong. So I'm going to use my T-ruler here to help me with my title. And I actually do like this Tombow glue. Throughout this project I've been using different types of glue and I found that this one here worked best. It's got a lot of wiggle time. Like I can actually move those quite a bit, and if I get extra glue that comes out, I can just go ahead with a little paintbrush and just kind of clean up the extra glue, and it cleans up really, really nicely. So that's the glue that I've been using for these small acrylic alphabets. So we're going to pop the week 47 right here on the top tag. I think that was a really good place for it. And we're just going to add those right underneath. I like to tuck those underneath. And we're pretty much done here. Let's take a look. Cute little fox. I think he's adorable. He's just sleeping away. And then we've got week 47. We've got the journaling here. And you'll see in the still shot right here at the end that I did do my half page and I'm completing the month of November. As always, Thank you so much for hanging out with me today, and don't forget to take pictures. I will see you in the next video.